Sooner Scoop HD.
Who all did you visit?
I just went to Auburn here.
Okay. Well, when you got here, like, what sold you on Oklahoma?
I mean, it's a beautiful place, but I think the biggest thing was the coaches, because they didn't do like the big recruiting pitch. Like when I got here, it was just them.
Yeah.
We watched film, we talked. My mom and grandma liked the coaches. They brought us around. They were honest with us, which you could tell it was like a genuine interaction. And I think that was the biggest thing that brought me here.
What are you weighing right now?
Like 270.
270. What's your goal weight heading into the season?
In the season, probably like upwards of high 270s, 280, just so I can play wherever. Yeah.
Okay. You obviously had a really good career at Wake Forest. When you came here, the scheme, did you kind of feel it fit you the best out of everything?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I played Clemson every year, and you can see Coach Venables, he's a genius, and just his scheme puts people in the right place to make plays. And I think I have what it takes to make those plays and make even more plays that he doesn't plan for you to make.
They play both the 3 and the 4-man front here. Does that bother you at all?
No, I could play whatever. I feel like.
You like them both?
Yeah.
Would you prefer one?
Not really. I feel like versatility gives you the best shot to make a chance in next level. So.
It seemed like not just the fit, but just you personally. They need some more defensive linemen around here. What was that process like? What was that sell job like for Coach Bates?
Yeah, Coach Bates and Coach Chavis, Coach V too. We watched film. I told you, and they just kept emphasizing like this is a place where you can make plays. The plays you made at Wake, and we can even make more plays. Just because of he didn't say this, but you can tell it's just because of like Coach Venables' mindset and how they call it layups. Like they give you lobs and layups to make plays, and if you make them, you make a lot of noise. So
has this transition period been pretty easy, knowing that you're not going through this alone? There's so many of you new guys around here.
No, definitely made it easy. That's part of why I was nervous to really transfer, because you come into a new place, it's like you're a freshman again.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty shy, so it's like, but then you see all these new transfers. It's pretty easy to talk to all of them, and we're kind of getting closer.
I think one of the things that really jumped off the page last year, even through the 6 and 7 season, was how close they were.
Yeah.
Is that something that you noticed immediately?
How close?
Just the team is, the players?
Yeah. You come in the locker room, you can tell right away. They make me feel welcome and make all the transfers feel welcome. So it's definitely a place that I wish I could see myself a few years down the road, but I only have 1 year, so I gotta make it worth it.
Anytime that we talk to the transfer portal guys, they always talk about a business decision.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different for you guys as opposed to maybe the freshmen that are getting used to college. What's that process been like? And I guess is it kind of one of those things that I'm just ready for spring ball? Like I'm not here for much of the BS.
That's like when I came to visit. I didn't want to take pictures. It's more of a business.
None of the
decision.
try on the uniform and all that stuff.
It's more like the football stuff. I'm ready to get rolling with the plays, get healthy, and just get my feet wet with the system.
It seems like there is a big group of you transfer portal guys that are going to come in and kind of be expected to make immediate impact.
Yeah, that's what another reason that we're all getting closer and able to bond over the fact that we're going to be expected to make plays.
Do you think you have a leadership voice in the locker room, in the weight room, coming from a different place and being a newcomer here? Do you still feel like you have that leadership role?
Yeah, I think it's expected. I was a captain at Wake, so definitely have that. I have that in my bag. Obviously, you learn your teammates first. You don't just jump into like a leadership role, but you can lead with your actions. Like I feel like I lead with my actions a lot, just the way you work. But then down the road, I'll try to be that leader, and because I'm old too, so it's like you kind of have to. So yeah.
You've been through a lot of strength and conditioning programs so far. What's been the difference between what you went through at Wake and obviously going through with Schmitty and I guess the coaching stations? I mean,
I only went through 2 strength coaches, which they were great. They helped me get healthy all the time. I barely ever had off season. But yeah, Smitty's great. He's fun when he has to be fun. He makes us work when he has to work, and he's serious when he has to be serious. But he's great. You can tell he has genuine interest in getting you better, getting the team better. But he's great.
The coaching stations, I mean, was that something a little different than what you've been through?
No, we had something like that. So it wasn't too bad for me. It was, don't let him hear that, but it was good work, I think.
You came here obviously to also better your chances to go to the league and things like that. What sold you on Coach Chavis and Coach Bates, and why do you think that coming to Oklahoma is going to help you?
Their track record, obviously, they put D lineman in first round, second round. Yeah, their track record was big. Just how they talk football, how they communicated with my mom, my grandma. But I think their track record is probably like the most eye-opening because you don't really hear about stuff like that until you get here and actually see the numbers and see what they've done.
When they try to sell you on playing defensive line at Oklahoma, and what type of cut-ups did they show you as far as maybe who you would potentially replicate as far as position-wise goes?
It was just like Clemson. It was just normal film, and it was just like Clemson, a lot of Clemson. Because last year they didn't fully do what they wanted to do, so there was a few clips from last year, but then there was a lot of Clemson, and just we were just watching and casually just this is what this had like, and just learning the plays kind of.
Is there a certain level of trust that you have to have with those guys, knowing that you're taking your chance on them to get you to where you want to be?
Yeah, definitely, because I didn't have to use this last year.
Sure.
I could have tried to go to the league, but it's definitely trust, which is what I felt when I came here. It was like a mutual trust and like honesty kind of thing.
How close were you to just jumping to the league?
I was close just because I didn't want to do college football again.
Yeah.
But you kind of like talk to people, and there's not really a point of not using your last year to try to make your name go higher in the draft. So.
How did that trust get built and pulling you back to decide you wanted to be not just back in college football, but be here and that this was the right place?
I mean, obviously it's still building. It's not fully there, but you could just tell they were genuine people and genuinely wanted me for the player I was. And it wasn't like just come here and then we're not going to talk to you and stuff like that.
When you got in the portal and you were testing it out, trying to see if that's something you wanted to maybe go through or head to the NFL. How quickly did Oklahoma get involved, and at what point did you decide, okay, this is kind of where I want to go take a visit or two?
I didn't have that much time to make a decision or talk to a lot of people, but it was kind of right away. Just they reached out, we texted here and there, and then worked out a visit probably like a week or two later. But then the visit window was really small, so it made everything tough, but it worked out clearly.
What was it like getting recruited?
It was wild. It was a lot more than high school. My phone was blowing up, kind of, which I didn't fully expect. Obviously, I knew I was a good player, but you don't really know how good you are and how good people think you are until just stuff like that happens. But it was cool, but it was also overwhelming. So.
Is there anything like, I wish I knew this when I was 17?
What'd you say?
Was there sort of a lot of stuff like, I wish I knew this when I was 17?
Yeah. Most of it, actually, because you don't really know how to deal with it when you're in high school. And then when you get to college, you know the ins and outs of like how coaches kind of BS you or how programs work, and like you can do your own research, which you don't do in high school.
Sooner Scoop HD.